Drawing in Photoshop gives you the ability to create some very cool backdrops for your animations because we can apply a lot of the filters that Flash does not have. So for our animation, we're going to create the wall, which will be the backdrop of our set. So let's go ahead and make the width of the wall 800 pixels and the height 800 pixels as well. And since we're working for a monitor resolution, all we really need is to work with 72 dpi. And we need to be in RGB color. You can keep the background content to transparent, so we can save this as a PNG, and that will give us the transparency that will overlap very nicely in our set. So let's go ahead and click OK. And let's go now and create our backdrop. So I'm going to use the marquee tool, and I'm going to draw our wall. And I'm going to fill it with blue. We're going to go to Edit, Fill, and when this dialog box appears, we're going to choose the foreground color. Now, the advantage to using Photoshop is that we can apply the cool filters. So I'm going to go to Filter, Noise, and we're going to add some noise. And I like this already. This is a 12.5, and we're using a uniform distribution of the noise. See, Gaussian's a little too loud and a little too crazy. Click OK. And now we can go ahead back to our filter menu, and we'll add a little bit of a blur to it, just to soften that up a bit. Now let's go ahead and apply another effect here. We're gonna make believe we have a little bit of a shadow coming from the wall by increasing the size of our brush to about 100 pixels. That's fine. And now I want to change the color to a darker blue. Now holding down my Shift key, I'm going to click out here and just drag a little bit of the shadow from some of the lighting stuff up on top of the set here and down here at the bottom. So I'm going to go over here and just do another one of these lines here. Now we're going to add just a little bit more special effects back here by just dropping the size of the brush. I like to do a little preview to about 15 pixels. I'm going to come back out here and we're going to draw those rafter things, the catwalk stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and just draw some shadows for that. I'm holding down the Shift key once again. And we're going to just crisscross a little bit. So from over here, it's going to go up like so. This is a cartoon, so we don't have to worry about it being too perfect. So we can just see that there's something going on that's interacting with the set. And we can even go so far as to add a shadow, maybe coming from a plant. So we can go ahead and just paint in a little bit of a shadow. And a little bit of the pot here for the plant, which is coming from our set. Now let's go ahead again and add a blur, but we're going to choose Gaussian blur this time. And let's go ahead now and say OK to that. And now we have a nice soft blur. If you want to apply more blur, just don't forget, go back to your filter menu, or you can press Command or Control F to apply this a couple more times to really soften it out. And now we have our set for our new show. Let's go ahead now and save that. Let me deselect this, of course. Command Control D to deselect. Or you can simply go to the Select menu. And we're going to go to File, Save. And we're going to choose the format PNG, which stands for Portable Network Graphics, and gives us a very nice transparency, which means that everything that is transparent remains transparent, just in case we want to add anything else to this. So I'm going to call this background. And we'll save this on a desktop. And we'll later import this into our movie.